What's going on, guys? Alright, if you got a Chevrolet truck, especially this body style, we all know how bad the motor mounts are, especially once you lift them and put big tires on them. Now this one's got 488 gears in it, so there's a lot less strain on the tranny and the motor, but there is still strain on it. I personally got tired of breaking motor mounts, and what I did is I went with a company. They're called AFP. You can get them offline or whatever else. They make a couple of different kinds. One set they have has got polyurethane bushings, and then they sell another set that you can use, which is what I got, and I personally love them, and they're solid racing mounts. So no rubber, no polyurethane, no nothing, just solid mount to the frame, straight to the block. And this is a solid aluminum block. I've been running these for a long time, not had an issue, and love them. It pulls so hard off the line with these solid mounts because you're not losing any torque by this motor flexing up a little bit in them rubber mounts. Since it's mounted solid, all of the power is shoved straight into the torque converter. I'll show you what they look like here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but so that's the bottom side where they bolt to the frame. And then they go in here. I might be able to get you a better view from right here, maybe. Now that's where they bolt to your frame at. Good quality, good heavy metal. And then, I don't know if I'll ever get you up in here to see the block side, but we'll try. So, there's one side, there's the other. And yes, they do still use all 4 bolts. The other bolts are kind of a pain in the butt to get, but there's one, you can see it. But they just bolt. They just bolt solid to your block and then bolt right to your frame up solid. And the only thing, and it's not even a complaint because it don't bother me at all, I actually kind of like it, you're gonna feel a little bit more of your engine vibration while idling. Because now all of that energy is transferred through the motor mounts into the frame. Like when you hit your key and start it, you're going to really feel the as the starter turns over. But other than that, like sitting, running, idling, driving, all that, I mean, it's after about a month, hell, you even forget about it. You can't even tell no more. And like I said, you'll be amazed how much more torque, and it might be a placebo effect, but I swear off the line it's got more torque, because in my mind now, instead of this engine, whenever you're punching it, flexing up a little bit, losing a little bit of that torque, it's all going straight into the torque converter because the engine can't move. It's mounted solid. So where you mat it on the floor, all of that force, all of that energy is going straight into the torque converter and to the back tires. It took me a while to do some research and figure out what to run on transmission, because I was hearing you gotta run solid mount on your tranny, you gotta run poly mounts on your tranny. That's actually not true. If you do research, and enough research, you're gonna get mixed reviews. But if you do your research enough, you're gonna find out you do not want to solid mount that transmission and that engine. And the reason for that is these frames will flex a little bit. If you get, say you're trying to go caddy across a ditch that's, kind of deep and the truck's doing this frame will twist a small amount. It will not up here because there's so many cross members, but most of the twist is right there, right where the transmission bolts up, because there's nothing but one cross member right there, and you've got a long run of frame with just one cross member. And where they twist and flex at is at that cross member. And if you bolt it solid, I promise you, whenever it flexes that frame, it will bust that bell housing. So don't mount it solid. Run your factory rubber motor mount, solid racing mounts. And there's different brands you can get. The AFP I like, though. They're good heavy material, good powder coating. It lasts. They don't rust, and they're just good all around, the way that they're built and put together. So that's an option if you do got one of these trucks and you're wanting to get away from rubber mounts to keep from breaking rubber mounts. Put solid mounts on it. No more rubber mounts, no more issues. They'll last forever. And, you know, every now and then you'll just have to change your transmission mount where it goes out. Very rarely. But I thought I'd show y'all guys that. They're pretty cool. And like I said, game changer. I love them. Man, they are awesome. Just not having to worry about, you know, another rubber mount breaking on the driver's side, and every time you go take off from a red light, the stupid thing clanking up and making a lot of noise, and, you know, worried about the bolt breaking off or the pin in the motor mount breaking off, and then your whole engine twisting up. Because actually, the reason why I put them on there, the last motor mount that went out was on the passenger side. And I was in reverse one day backing up this camper actually, and I put a lot of torque on that rubber mount on this side, and it broke. The pin broke, and the motor actually flexed up high enough that it broke them heater core hoses completely off. The intake, the valve cover and everything smacked that and broke them plastic pieces off, made that fall down. I still ain't fixed it. I need to fix it, but beside the point. So whenever that happened, I said, you know what, there's got to be a better way. There's got to be something on the market that's better than rubber mounts that, you know, will last and won't have to be replacing them once a year. So just do your research, figure out if they're for you. You know, look up, I'm sure other people's running them, get their opinion on it, how they like them, and go from there. But if it was me, I will never in my life own another one of these body style trucks and not have solid mounts on it. At the bare minimum, I'm going to run the same brand, but he has a set that has a bracket that bolts to the frame and a bracket that bolts to the motor. And then there's a bolt that goes through like a collar with polyurethane bushings in it. And that gives you a little bit of flex, you know, just kind of kicks down on the vibration from the motor idling a little bit. But other than that, man, I'm telling y'all, go with solid mounts and you will thank me later. I promise. They are awesome. Y'all have a good day. Like, share, subscribe. If you're seeing this on TikTok, follow me. And God bless. And y'all have a great day. Thank you.